Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the others of Great Millstone. They continue to grow very well to this very day, that is feeding the flock through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And also Shalom to the whole elect that is continually laboring in this work, that's giving you due diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith, and truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be centered around this current holiday, which is known as the 4th of July, or also known as Independence Day, in which I may title this video as Independence Day with quotes around the word independence, because when you look at the 4th of July or Independence Day, you really have to look at it and see, well, if it's known as Independence Day, then who was that independence set for? Whose independence is it commemorating? All right. And see, when our people, which are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which primarily make up the nation of Israel, in which that's what they're being called today, in which the true biblical nationality are the Hebrew Israelites, according to the Bible, according to prophecy, according to the curses which was put on us. They believe that when it comes to Independence Day, they believe that that's also talking about them too, because they have fully engrossed themselves in the lives of and being in an American lifestyle. All right, they have fully taken on the identity of being an American. All right, now mind you, the word America itself was given to this land. All right, the word America goes back to a person that was here during the discovery of the so-called New World, and his name was Amerigo Vespucci, in which even his name goes back to the etymology of the word America or Americo. All right, in which, if you go and look at the etymology of the word America, it means bitter. Okay. And why is this land called bitter? All right, it's called bitter because this is the bitterness of captivity, of our captivity, which is the captivity of the Israelites. Okay, so which goes right into what I'm about to bring out, is that Independence Day was not for the commemoration of every single person here in America. Really, Independence Day was only to commemorate the independence of Edom, the nation of Edom, which is the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man. All right, because according to when you had the discovery of the so-called New World, all right, that was the process of this land being made to be separate from the crown. All right, which is was the ruling class or was the rulership that was in the known world. All right, in which the crown and during that time it was, you had a transition from our people that were in rulership, and they were in rulership for 1,000 years. All right, well, that's why the scholars call it the Dark Ages, because they claim that they don't have any sort of facts or any sort of historical records to record what was going on during that time, during a period of 1,000 years. And the reason why they said that is because during the period of those 1,000 years, leading all the way up to the Byzantine Empire, and then leading into the Middle Ages, when you had the crown that was in rulership, that's when you had a transition of power. All right, and it was leading into the Renaissance era. Okay, in which the Renaissance era was, the word Renaissance means rebirth. Okay. So it was the rebirth of what? The rebirth of Edom and them being in rulership. Okay. And again, America was used to break away from the crown to declare their own independence. And then that's what came about in the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Okay. And during that signing in 1776, where was our people? They were in captivity. All right. We were slaves on the so-called white man during that time. So originally, when the Declaration of Independence was signed, that was really for their independence. It wasn't for our independence. All right. And still to this very day, it still stands that this is only for their independence. All right. And not only just the crown, but also other things that come under it. Because during that time, you had the Bible that was also an integral part in rulership. And they claim that they established this land under the merits of the Bible, but that's falsehood. All right, that's false. It wasn't declared under the pretense of the Bible. All right, it was declared under the pretense to break away from it. All right. So again, this holiday is not made for our people. All right, but 2/3 of our people are going to be all into it this weekend. You know, and the Most High is not dealing with that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the precept I have here, Revelation chapter 20, and this is at start at verse 1. It says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And that bottomless pit represents the Middle Ages." Okay. When again our people were in rulership, but the reason why it was called the bottomless pit is because it was a major lack of resources during that time. Okay, in the region of modern day Europe. That's why it's called the bottomless pit. All right, there was absolutely no resources. Verse 2, it says, "And he had laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years." All right. Now, that old serpent, all right, is talking about Esau. Okay, which is known as what? The devil and Satan. Because when you look up the word devil, it means a deceiver or slanderer. Okay, which goes back to the word Diablo. And then you have Satan, which goes back to the word Hebrew word Shaitan, which means adversary. All right, and one who is adverse with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father in ancient Hebrew, and the Son Yahweh Shai, which also his name is in ancient Hebrew. Okay, so Esau or Edom is the slanderer and the deceiver who has deceived all the nations into his idea, into his ideology, and the covering of the faces of the judges, and also covering the true image of our Lord, whose name is Yahweh Shai. And also he's known as an adversary, which he is an adversary to us, the Israelites, who are on the right-hand side. All right, who is the nation who is to be declared as a righteous nation. And the nation of Edom is declared as the wicked nation. All right, the sons of the wicked. Okay. Verse 3, it says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him." Right, so there was a time to where they went down. All right, they went out of rulership, and the seal was set upon them, and for what? 1,000 years. Okay, reading on, it said that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Right. So after the transition during the Renaissance era, all the way up until now, we have been in that little season. Okay. It's like it. Esau hasn't been in rulership that long, man. Okay. If you really look at the timeline of when Esau or Edom came into rulership and came into power, it wasn't that long. And it's not that long. Okay. So move on from there. I'm gonna get the book of I'm gonna come back to this one. First I want to get Psalms Psalms chapter 50, and I'm gonna start at right, Psalms chapter 50, I'm starting at verse 16. It says, "But unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" And again, they stated that they were, or it's recorded that America was set under the pretense of the Bible. But guess what? Everything that entails America and how the way it was set up and what you see right now is completely contrary to what's written. All right. So really, it wasn't built on the foundation of the Bible. All right. And even if they intended on doing that, which you look into history, it tells you that that's what they were, what they did, then they wouldn't be able to keep it in the first place. And they're not doing that. They're not keeping on the words of the Most High in this land, America. So again, what has Esau to do to declare statutes? All right. Verse 17, it says, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee," and that's what they have done. They cast the words of the Most High behind their backs. All right, because for one thing, it wasn't meant for them. Okay. Now move on from there. Go back to Obadiah. All right, it's Obadiah chapter 1, and this is at verse 3. It says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground?" Right. And, days like this, which is called Independence Day, days like this just show you the pride of Esau. Okay? It shows you that their pride, because they have a day commemorating their own independence, man. All right? Again, you really have to observe these things that are here in America, man. You have to really look at it with a spiritual eye, and you'll see that this is a prideful nation. All right? And you already know they're going to go completely nuts during this holiday. All right? During this day, a day like this, they really show you how they feel, man. They really show you their horns. All right? And I wouldn't be surprised if something were to pop off, man. None of us would be surprised if there was something to pop off during this time. All right? Because this is the time when demons are on high alert. Okay? And that pride is definitely going to show within these people, man. Especially today, man. I peeped that especially Jake, that are out cooking and stuff like that on the third, even before it hits the 4th. They're already doing what they're doing, man. All right. Still forgetting about what happened or what was going on during that time when you did have the signing of the Declaration of Independence. All right. Jake has forgotten all about what happened and all about the time period. And they also forgotten the situation that they're in right now. All right. But again, like the scriptures say, man, the pride of Esau's heart has deceived him, because he believes that the Most High intended for this to happen. All right. In the case, the Most High did have this to happen. all right, for a purpose, to fulfill the words of his prophecy. Okay. Not knowing that it's a time period or a time clock and a deadline to his kingdom. And we're approaching that deadline very quickly. All right, we're already in 2020 and things are happening left and right, man. And it's difficult in itself to keep up with everything that's happening. All right. And more things are going to happen on top of it, man. All right. The Lord's going to continue to add calamities and add plagues upon America and the Edomites, 2/3 of our people, and the other nations. All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and end off on that note. Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and real well to this day. And Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that is also laboring this work. Give me your diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith and truth and sincerity and all charity. And with that, go say Shalom.